Hello, this is ametamartha with a pick a card reading for general guidance of where you currently are right now energetically. In pile number 1, I have the Orien's Tarot deck. Pile number 2 is the Cosmic Slumber. Pile number 3 is the Antique Anatomy. Each stack has Rider-Waite cards for clarity and a message card, and as well as I will be also shuffling some cards from the Oracle deck from the Asking Your Guides book to get some insights on which types of guidance are available for you in this phase of your journey at this time. I'll give you a moment to go ahead and meditate on which pile you would like to choose, and then we'll go from there. Okay, if you chose pile number 1, what we have for you is the Three of Swords, the Sun card, and the Ace of Pentacles. Also the Two of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and the High Priestess in reverse. And I will read these in a little bit. So right now it seems like you're coming through a bit of heartache. Something that has been causing a little bit of strife in your life and just general upsets. But for you to also have the Sun card and the Ace of Pentacles, that shows me that you are able to use this time and this catalyst of suffering to shift you into great new perspectives. And really all that has to be done in order for you to attain this is for you to decide that that is what this is, that this serves that purpose. And as soon as you make that decision to move through this painful cycle, to embrace the new, then you will start to see that effort allowing you to level up and have new ideas and a new view and a new way of being come into fruition. But until you make this decision to look at your suffering as something that you could be grateful for, you are not going to gain the perspective and wisdom of a high priestess. The high priestess is all about just acquiring knowledge and intuition because of what the experiences that high priestess has been through has taught her. And also, let's see here, you have two waning crescents and actually 3 waning crescents here, which is putting into work this new process. Like you need to take action toward making these new steps to attainment for you to even be able to see it that way. I'm going to grab the Orien's deck for some more clarifiers. Could you please tell me more about the Three of Swords? Where is this coming from? Also, just while I shuffle, you, with the Sun card here, has the flower of life on it and a sunflower. And the sunflower itself can bloom or blossom in the dark, but the flower of life, that is the interconnectivity of all things, and how this negative experience is connected to the future positive experiences that you have blossoming in the darkness. It's like allowing this time to help you create new things so that you can begin to put into practice what's necessary for you right now. Because you also, with the Ace of Pentacles, which is all about a new beginning, a new foundation being built in your physical life based off of your manifestations. And with the frog here, you know, frogs are very transformative. They go through metamorphosis. And with your Three of Swords, I'm noticing that these swords are not double-edged. It's blunt on one side. So the way that you could see it with that is that through this process, you can come out unscathed. Yes, maybe it was sharp and painful on one side, but the other end of it, there is healing and there is transformation and there is that interconnectivity here for you to put into play. And, you know, it might take you a little while to get through this cycle, because here we have the waning crescent, then the full moon, and then also the waxing crescent. No, sorry, reverse that. The waxing, the full moon, and then the waning. So it might take a little time for you to really get through this process before you do start to see the light at the end of the tunnel, before you do choose to make this decision to put into action this new way of being, and before you really start to embody the person who is gaining the confidence to make that decision before you come out of that end of it. But with this cycle of the moon here on this animal, you need to see what it is that you're in resistance of. Start to free yourself up from that. Allow yourself to do what it is that will validate your pain that's specific to each and every one of you, and allow that to exist within yourself without resistance. And then find a way to access gratitude. So with the waxing crescent, that's putting into action this new thought process. The full moon is gratitude and celebration and just looking for the things that you do have that are still blessings in your life. And then with the waning crescent coming just thereafter, that is that release. And then once you do that, you will be able to see that transformation take place, this new beginning with the Ace of Pentacles coming up for you. Then there's also a lily on here. I want to look into that really quick. Sorry. Yeah, see, it's about rebirth and purity and passion. And, you know, with the Sun card, traditionally it has a baby riding on a horse. And with purity and transformation, with the, you know, the frog as well, it's just allowing yourself to wash away everything that you attained before this very moment. All of the programming that's been experienced and, you know, downloaded into you, everything that tells you that you can't do what you're being called for, all the remnants of self-doubt and pain and all of the processes of suffering, if you just look at that through the eyes of somebody who is divinely guided, somebody who can gain higher perspectives, and see it for what it is and what it has to offer you, tap into that gratitude, and then just allow yourself to be purified and clean and cleansed. Then you can start a new journey in this new chapter that's coming up with that purity, with innocence, as though you've never gone through those negative experiences. Now let's see what clarifiers you have here. Quite a few fell out. You have Judgment in reverse, which is also a metamorphosizing animal here. You have more, no, these are, that's not a lily. Okay, either way, sorry. You have a cicada, the Nine of Pentacles with a cat, the Magician in reverse with a serpent, the Two of Swords again, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and Justice upright. So with this, it seems as though now is the time for you to really gather together everything that you think that you need to do before this new chapter starts, because the Judgment card being in reverse, and also it okay, I got an image from here. In reverse, this card looks like the insect is still submerging from its casing. But in upright position, it looks like it's presenting its skin. I'm sorry, these cards are shiny. And with these horns, I don't remember which, like what to call it. It's a something horn, these flowers. It kind of is like the preparation to really call out the presentation of your new being, you know. Right now you might be learning how to pump the blood into your wings and really prepare. Like a cicada will live in the ground for years before it before it emerges. And in the dirt and darkness, you can become free. And you know, this is like a personal experience for me. Like you really can transmute all of this negative energy that you have going on and build a beautiful life from yourself. Like I'm a testament of that, and I believe that anybody is capable of turning their life around completely. So as you are patient with yourself in this waiting period before the new, because the Judgment card is also a card of completion, and it's also about just like being wiped clean. Same with this, like I was saying before. If you can just give yourself the patience to transition from this being that was once in the dark to the one that's about to take off into the new horizon, a new dawn, then when you're ready to sound these horns and make your declarations of change, you can really put your past on display of like, look how far I have come. Because with the Nine of Pentacles, you know, this cat is playing with a ball of yarn. And the Nine of Pentacles is all about being able to manifest the reality you want to live. So, I mean, if you look at your life as play, then you can consistently make it through any of the different negative cycles in your life. Like the cat has 9 of them, right? This also resilience and stealth and knowledge of just how to maneuver through life. So if you start to believe that you are a powerful being that is in charge of the reality they live based off of the thought that you have with your mind, then you can upright your Magician that's in reverse and allow yourself to see that you are a powerful creator here, and to be able to start to see your ideas coming into fruition in combination with the Magician and the Nine of Pentacles. Maybe first you need to put into practice some small things that'll boost your confidence as you are developing, so that you can see that you are capable, and then you can really embody the Magician within, because you have more lilies here and then also some roses. So it's like, if you just like tenderly love yourself just for a little while, just give yourself the benefit of the doubt so that you can give yourself room to blossom and develop further. Like there's another waning crescent on the back of this card. You really need to start putting into practice this calling that you're hearing in the distance and make the decision. You know, this is a beta fish. You need to fight for what you believe in, and you fight for this shift in your life, even if it's just you against yourself, because right now you're not seeing that you have the opportunity to really manifest and choose to spin the wheel. You know, with this card in reverse, you're not even taking up the chance to see a wish fulfillment. And first, what you need to do, or well, what is being asked of you, is to put that into balance. And you have you have the new moon and full moon here. So think about what it is that you want, and then go ahead and live in the way like it's already happening for you. And let that process alone be the thing that does boost your confidence to make it through this difficult time. Just interacting with your sense of connectivity to something outside of yourself. Just allowing yourself to surrender in order for you to access something more, like a concept that's more tangible, but also so much greater than the perceptions of just the third dimensional reality. The cards that you have for direct messages are: my fearless freedom lights up the world. I'm sorry. And also, in every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and an energy of love. It just confirms itself, doesn't it? So now with this deck, I'm not sure if you engage with guides or ancestors or any of those invisible beings, but seeing as you are on a tarot channel, you must have some concept of the spiritual realms. So I'm going to ask which guides are around you and available right now that would like to assist you in gaining mastery over this process. Ooh, okay. We have Bravado with the Warrior Guides. Sorry, these are also shiny. Solitude with the Higher Self. And Epiphany with the Higher Self. So just really needing the necessity to spend some time alone and really reflect and connect to something deeper within you that is there. I'm going to read from the book just to give you some more straightforward messages regarding what exactly to do to engage with these. Okay. Oh, I'm a dingus. I'm sorry. Hang on. All right. Bravado with the Warrior Guides. Rebellion, liberation, courage, and resistance. Does anything inside of you rebel against authority, making you want to scream, "You can't control me"? If so, it's true. No one can control you unless you agree to it. The fact that you don't allow others to control you anymore is a sign of progress. It means that you move away from the world of dependency and are claiming your personal authority as a self-directed, conscious soul ready to take responsibility for yourself. Okay, I'm just going to address... Okay, never mind. I saw something fly across here, and it... From my I guess, sorry, from the corner of my eye, it was like almost like a orb, but I couldn't tell, so I was going to address it. But it is a moth. Like, I couldn't tell if it was an actual bug or just like a white dot. But, you know, moths are also creatures that metamorphosize. They shed their skin so that they can become new, and they also function well in the dark, but they are always searching for the light. So, let's continue. Challenging the authority figures in your life is a necessary step in your growth. However, you must realize that not everyone or everything on your path is necessarily working against you either. Ask your warrior guides for the courage to challenge what oppresses you and for the wisdom to know when to respect authority. Your warrior guide's message to you is to stand up for what is important and ask for it. However, don't fight for its own sake. Respect the leadership and rights to others as well. And we also have solitude with the higher self, observation, contemplation, renewal, and listening. Your desire to seek solitude is appropriate at this time. You're being counseled by your higher self to retreat and to renew your soul through quiet contemplation. Your nervous system has been overstimulated and you can't absorb any more input from the outer world. Step away and give yourself the necessary space and time alone to require to revitalize your system. In doing so, you'll begin to see, feel, and even hear the voice of your higher self, but only when you step into a more natural surrounding. Reconnect with nature in whatever way is practical given your circumstances. Fully open your heart to your higher self. Even if you fear that you can't make contact, you are making contact. Furthermore, your higher self asks you to take your time when contemplating your circumstances and considering your options. Resist the temptation to yield to any sense of urgency. There is no emergency. Your true direction will make itself known to you if you're patient. Your higher self also alerts you to the fact that not all necessary pieces of information to make... Your higher self also alerts you to the fact that not all necessary pieces of information to make the best decisions may be apparent yet. Your higher self wisely counsels that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is to do nothing. The message is, be quiet and wait. Then we also have Epiphany with the higher self. Inspiration, breakthrough, revelation, and divine guidance. Congratulations. You're finally getting out of your head and connecting more directly to your soul. The flow of communication between you and your higher self is strengthening daily, allowing you to directly access your spirit guides, angels, and spirit teachers more readily. As your contact with your higher self deepens, answers will suddenly plop into your conscious like gifts from above. Your aha moments will appear with greater frequency, like light bulbs switching on in your head. Over and over, you will find yourself in the right place at the right time. Under the influence of your higher self, you're steadily becoming more spontaneous, dancing in synchronicity with life rather than swimming upstream against the current. Your higher self encourages you to unhesitatingly trust your vibes at all times. Surrender your ego to them and allow yourself to be gently led, rather than yielding to the old ways of figuring things out. You're being gifted with endless spiritual direction and a deeper understanding of your soul's journey. Remaining in contact remaining in constant dialogue with your higher self, and ask it to override your limited perceptions and keep you on your true path. Let go with the flow. Then go with the flow. Your higher self's message is listen to me. So I genuinely believe that if you just trust yourself and are patient with yourself to make it through this process, then so much is going to just like open itself up to you. At this point, the blockages that you may feel in your heart space from previous pain is the only thing that's keeping you from gaining access to like a whole new perspective. And what you need to do is just right now make the choice to continue moving forward in the way that you have been called. I hope that this resonates and that it has offered you some guidance and clarity in your path. And thank you so much for watching. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. This is your general reading for where you are right now. You have Judgment in reverse, the 8 of Pentacles, the Prince of Cups in reverse, Strength in reverse, the 8 of Cups in reverse, and the 6 of Cups the 8 of Cups upright and the 6 of Cups in reverse. So what I'm feeling from this immediately is that it's kind of like you are in the center here. This is what's going on, and this is what could come. And you got these 2 8s. It'll take me, you have 3 8s. But being these 2 8s in the middle here, if you want to see movement coming through into your life, since you have these reversals on either side, if you want to begin to access seeing things come into fruition for you, you're going to have to put a little bit of work in. Like, it takes a lot of effort and focus to balance these things like he is attempting, or they are, and to be able to work with what you have with resolution. The look on his face is very content, allowing yourself to move into a position of contentment as you are right where you are right now. I want to look into 888. Success and good luck. You're on the right you're moving in the right direction. It's a good sign. So if you can just maintain your productivity in optimism right now, then you'll see yourself kind of seamlessly begin to shift. Because with the Judgment card here in reverse, you're like on the precipice of a new journey or a new cycle, but just not right there just yet. Like, it would be like those waking moments just before you fall asleep. Meanwhile, seemingly or seamlessly, the the consciousness goes into the other state. So with the Judgment card, I'm kind of thinking the way that in the Waite deck, or traditionally, it's like people being resurrected from the dead. So it's kind of like your rebirth and new beginning is just there. Like, you see this kid can even hold the hand of this higher being. And maybe in the past you've just been kind of saturated in whatever you have going on. But if you look at this card, the water that these parents are sitting in came from the heavens anyway. So this is like an aspect of of design, you know, this feeling that you're in right now, that maybe there isn't a whole lot of movement going on, and you being able to access just like being content with where you are, even if there is a bit of stagnance. It's like that process or that opportunity, all of it, everything you've been through in the past and everything that you've been through that's negative, everything that you've been through that's positive, it's all been coming from the same source, which is just you experiencing life in a way that is going to serve your highest purpose. Then also, I want to read it this way instead of all the way across. With the strength in reverse, like right now I feel like you do just need to, like, yes, there is a necessity to move forward, but I think it's kind of like an internal shift to move forward, because I feel like you've already accomplished what you need to tame this beast, and now you get to just like enjoy the company of your animal, you know, like to see your ego as something that is against you also kind of causes more of the conflicts of the ego. And I think like there has been some integration processes happening, and you're just like moving into this new comfortable position, so that you can begin new soon. This is just like a break period for you, because you have put a lot of work in the past, and something is coming, like you are on the precipice of it, but it's kind of just like taking a nice deep breath before you knock on the door, you know. Recentering yourself, I think, is where you are, but also there is still the necessity to make internal adjustments and put that work in. Maybe you're getting used to like a new healthier routine that is giving you these new perspectives, because also with the Prince of Cups in reverse here, it's like he's contemplating, or they're contemplating what's in this cup. It's like they're kind of looking at it bored. I feel like you already have an idea of what is to come, and to be in this middle ground is a little bit worrisome. You know, you're just kind of like, oh, what's going on? Well, it's not even what's going on. It's like just feeling a bit like there's not very much excitement going on in this cycle of your life right now. But what is to come with the Prince of Cups and the Six of Cups here, it's like there's a lot of interchangeable energy that you can access soon. So many different opportunities for you to just like use what you've learned and what you know, in order for you to really embody this new version of yourself that you've had in the development process for a while now. Like, it's almost like an award ceremony that you know you're going to, and it's in like a week, and you know that you did well enough to win an award, or even have been told in advance, you know, like, hey, you got this award and we're having a ceremony to like give it to you, whatever, maybe, you know, even just like a graduation, you know. You have the anticipation of knowing that it's in the future, and you know that you have it in the bag, but it's not here yet, you know, like you're just kind of waiting. It's like something exciting and new that's going to happen later, so it's kind of like, what do I do with my hands in the meantime? I'm going to grab some more clarifiers really quick. So, with these eights, what can pile number 2 be focusing on with this internal shift right now? Okay. You have the 10 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. That's interesting. Okay, I got what I wanted. So with this 10 of Swords, you have the dead one, and then the one flying over from like that outer body experience perspective. And for me, that kind of just tells me, like, you know, maybe in the past you've really learned from a lot of your experiences, a lot of the things that once used to hurt you, you have a higher view from that now. And also here with the Nine of Swords, you know, these swords are all around there. Like, what if it's like they've all been pulled out of the back already? You know, like removing, you're going through the integration process of healing. And then with this one last sword that's in the back, it's like not blood, it's water. And the water here with her eyes, it's like there's one little thing that's still causing a little bit of like an emotional response within you. But if you can just like apply this higher perspective that you've been putting in the work in to shifting into, then you will for sure like continue to move forward. So what you can focus on right now is just like laying to rest any of the remnants of things that come up, you know, maybe whatever is making you feel kind of bored. Or, you know, like the waiting process or where you are right now isn't entirely something to be content with. Anyway, so with these cards that came out, I was asking about clarity for the Prince of Cups and the Six of Cups, and you have the Hanged One and the Lovers in reverse. So what is coming with these two? Okay. Okay, so I think now this is a time for you to, like I said, to gain this higher perspective, to really start putting it into to practice, because what is coming is opportunities for advancement for you to love yourself more, to create harmony and balance between the masculine and feminine aspects of your personality. The feminine and masculine aspects also within the self can be expressed as the subconscious and conscious mind, because what you are bringing into your life is just new opportunities to allow love in. It's like, okay, so look at this being here. This is the higher self. This is you living your life. And, you know, the higher self is holding love, and this being, and then the physical is also holding love. And it's just like, on one hand, there is a bit of a disconnect here because it's feminine and masculine, you know, like your interconnectedness is more of the divine feminine attributes, whereas your physical life is more of like the masculine attributes. But also this could indicate that you're being prepared for new realms of love to enter your life. Could you just clarify the Lovers since it was in reverse for me, please? Okay. Yeah, you have the Eight of Cups. You're moving, so that's another 8. You're moving on from things in the past that have caused you pain, that have caused you belittling mindsets and diminishing beliefs. You're moving up from this. And look, there's even a heart in the clouds here. So you have the Eight of Cups twice. This is a time for you now to really put to rest, like I said, the last few things that are causing you strife, because the future does not hold that. You have the Three of Torches in reverse. If you do not allow this process to be made organically, then you aren't going to see what you should go forward into with that connectivity to your intuitive higher self perspective. She's up in the clouds, you know? So this is really just like the arrival of a whole new way of viewing life for you, because something is coming in that is an expansion of feeling more love, whether it's in your relationships, a new person coming in that you are unaware of yet, you know, just generally a love interest maybe that's developing, that you have some hang-ups from the past that are coming up that you think that would get into the way. Like, you're being asked to let go of all of the things that no longer serve you, because you do have so much luck and abundance coming into your life, and you're just on the other end of it. is all of that unfolding before you. So you just need to choose to trust and really allow yourself to feel into these final things that are causing you some pain or just any kinds of doubt, and shift into a prepared stance so that when the universe does bring in this new opportunity for you to continue to advance, you're ready. Your message card is, when I lean toward love, I am led. So that goes right into it, man. You also have a waning crescent here on this card, and that is all about releasing. So right in the dead center of everything, you are being led to more love opportunities in your future. Just even if it's just the way that you interact with life itself, you'll be coming from a more loving and connected place, and you just have just like a little boop before you can really shift into that. So now this is the Oracle deck from the Asking Your Guides book. These are cards that indicate which type of beings are around you right now that you can access in this time for help and to aid you to shift into this. Anyone else? Okay, so you have gift with joy guides. I'm going to read from the book, but just as a prelude, joy guides generally cause some mischiefs and upsets in our life so that we can slow down and really become more present with the moment and express gratitude. So gifts with the joy guides: receiving surprises, kindness, and blessing. The universe is constantly showering you with gifts. The problem arises when so many of these divine offerings go unnoticed and are therefore unaccepted. The joy guides are on hand, though, acting as messengers to help correct this problem. They ask you to start counting your blessings day after day, taking care not to miss any or take any of them for granted. Your joy guides delight in showering you with gifts and encourage you to expand your heart's capacity to receive all that they have to offer. Start each morning by asking them to surprise you with something wonderful during the day. Then, just before going to bed, list all of those wonderful things that they bestowed upon you. See how this list grows longer and longer each day. Their only request is that you acknowledge these offerings and thank the Divine Mother and Father, God, for their endless generosity. The Joy Guide's message to you is open your heart and expect good things to come. So dang, that goes right along with it. I hope that this message resonated for you and that it gives you the motivation and clarity to continue going, because obviously you're on the precipice of something pretty cool. And I just encourage you to make the necessary shifts in perspective that you need to engage with in order for you to call in this massive blessing and reward that you have just like right on the other end of tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. This is your message from the Antique Anatomy deck. You have the Page of Cups, the 7 of Cups, and Justice in reverse, the Hermit in reverse, 3 of Pentacles in reverse, and the 2 of Cups. A lot of cups, a lot of emotions. Let's see here. The Page of Cups is all about a development in your emotional body. Yes, the page is still technically less mature when it comes to the suits, like the development of the suits, because you got 1 through 10 and then page, knight, king, or queen, king. So you are developing in your journey. Like even here, it has a baby's skeleton on the elixir. And so for you to be shifting into a new place where you are developing new insights is a positive thing. But you also have the Seven of Cups and the Justice in reverse. I think right now you're being asked to view anything that's coming up in your emotional body as something to be grateful for. Look at it as an opportunity to expand and grow, because what's happening for you soon is that you're going to have new balance in your life. Like under the Justice card, you have the Two of Cups. So there is balance coming in, and there will be new ways of thinking for you to access, but you have to look at it that way. For you to be able to see that this is an opportunity for you to grow, even if right now you are in your emotions. Like I don't feel a lot of like heavy negative energy, but there is, like I said, with a lot of cups, it is a lesson being learned from your emotional body. The way that you're interacting with the world and the way that the world is causing you to respond within your emotions. But also, you have the Hermit in reverse, but also the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like you've been through a time recently where you had not been as introspective as maybe in hindsight you think you can see that you could have been. But you were also a bit isolated. Instead of using the time that you were taking away from people and disengaged to reflect within, I think it really just welled up those emotions in you. But you're right on the, like, you're coming out of that now, where you are able to see that this process that you've been through has actually helped you to learn how to balance those emotions a little bit. I would like some clarification cards on the Hermit, please. Thank you. You have the Six of Cups. Ooh, oh my goodness, you guys. All right, you had the Six of Cups upright. The Ten of Blades in reverse. The Five of Coins upright. And the Seven of Coins upright. So I feel like when you spent some time alone, you were able to see how your feelings actually have served you, and were able to put to rest some of the things that had caused you an excess of pain. And by doing that, you've been able to make a shift in your life and been able to see things from a perspective of like a more healed, state of mind. Like you let yourself feel all of those saturated feelings and isolate yourself to sit with them. And what you did in that time, even if you know, with this Hermit in reverse, I keep thinking, you know, maybe it's just your opinion, or was, that being able to sit alone with your thoughts and feelings and really allow yourself to feel them, even if they well up so high that you're just completely taken into the sobs, you know, maybe looking at that in the perspective of it not being necessary, but it absolutely was. Like, coming out of that, you're realizing that you are no longer in the eye of the storm of what was causing this situation, or what situation was causing these feelings. You've been able to see them as a blessing and lay to rest some of those deeper pains, and then put in further work to help you integrate these feelings and really access something from like a higher perspective. Like, even with your Justice card here, your head and your heart are connected here. And I think even with that card being in reverse, you were able to gain a new perspective. See, but you also have the Ten of Coins in reverse. So what you're going toward at this time is a lot of abundance. You're just in the process of attainment. Can you please clarify the Three of Pentacles? Okay, you have the Ten of Rods. So you have two tens. Wait. 3 tens. That's what I thought. Okay, you have 3 tens here, which is like a completion. So in your mental field, in your physical field, and in your intuitive, like spiritual field, you have reached a point of attainment, and it's been your emotional connectedness that's helped you fulfill this in all these different other areas. And what's going to happen now is you're going to start new with a more balanced perspective. Any more messages from this deck? Okay. Ooh, okay. Is this to come? You have the High Priestess, the Four of Cups, or elixirs, Strength, the Five of Elixirs, and the Tower in reverse. So I feel like this is what you've done. Okay, so you have 2 major arcana cards with 2 innately negative cards, and then the Tower. And this Tower is super cool. Look at them. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that from a place... Oh, look, that's cool. Okay, so in this deck, these elixirs here are arsenic, cyanide, morphine, and heroin. And in the traditional version of this card, the Four of Cups is somebody who is sitting apathetically with their arms crossed, refusing to take a cup from the universe, and has 3 cups in front of them. So that's really like a lack of motivation to engage with your spiritual journey and the emotional attributes that lead you to these levels of advancement. And with these elixirs being numbing agents or poison toxins, it's like you're no longer in a position where you feel like the obligation to numb yourself from what you feel. Like, you are learning how to engage with your emotions on a very positive note. Because also with the Empress, she is a being who has control over all of the different elements within self and those around her. So like, she would be in collaboration with the mind, the body, the spirit, and the emotions. And here we have all these extra teeth in this mouth, but it doesn't look like a baby's skull. It's not an underdeveloped skull, but you have plenty of reserves to interact with in this process of growth. And what's happening is that you're seeing the way that your emotions are attached to your mind, and you're allowing your thoughts to be more positively directed so that you can bloom in a new direction. And you have that confidence that you know that if something falls away, it will be replaced. And then with the 5 of elixirs here, in the traditional deck, it's also a kind of a card of pessimism. It's a being standing, or a person standing, looking down at 2 spilled cups or 3 spilled cups, and there are 2 remaining behind their back. And they're not looking at what they still have to be grateful for. But in your case, you have this card paired with strength. And I feel as though that just means that in the process of learning how to be grateful for the harder times, for these tower moments where things feel like everything is falling apart, you've already been through this. And now you're learning how to pick up the pieces of the rubble of your previously destroyed foundations of negative belief and build something new that's more stable. Like you're really developing from your past, and that's something that maybe you've never really engaged with before, and that you're seeing the benefits of. So with your direct message cards, you have find deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. Dang. I feel like it's really what you're doing, and that's what I said that you have been up to. I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. And I feel like that's you looking at you this way. That's cool. So this is the Oracle deck from the Asking Your Guides book. And these cards are just going to be which beings are around you right now that you can access and ask for help with. To just assist you through this process that you're going through. You have community with spiritual ancestors. And devotion with nature spirits. And, right off the bat with the spiritual ancestors, like maybe the position you're in right now is you laying to rest generational curses and generational limiting beliefs. Someone's got to do it. So you have community with the spiritual ancestors, tribe, family, camaraderie, and kinship. Your spiritual ancestors are gathering around you at this time, holding you in their light and connecting you with the spiritual family here on earth. Your soul is now seeking the kind of love and support that comes from being part of the right community, your people, so to speak. Not wanting you to feel isolated in any way. Your ancestors are here. Your ancestors hear your soul call and are presently guiding you toward kindred spirits. Understand and realize that you can't achieve your goals alone, and be open to support. You need the soul energizing support of your tribe. Give up any notion you have of going at it alone in life, and develop the insight and wisdom to recognize your limitations. After all, even Christ picked 12 associates to help him accomplish his mission on earth. Allow your ancestors' direction. Follow your ancestors' direction. It is they who encourage you to join the club, enroll in a course, or sign up for a neighborhood basketball team. You never know who you'll meet. Your ancestors' message to you is open your heart and feel our presence in your life, and be open to your spiritual family on earth. Cool. Okay. Devotion and nature spirits, inspiration, contemplation, nature, and faith. The presence of God is everywhere, so if you feel disconnected from the divine, you're the one who left. The nature spirits are beckoning you back to the place of awareness and reconnects you to your source. Do not allow your mind to isolate you in fear and get stuck dwelling on misery. Instead, go outside and take in the natural world, which is a beautiful gift for you to enjoy. See the divine all around you and focus on the beauty, power, holiness that nature affirms. Humbly surrender to this greatest of forces present in all things, including you. The nature spirit's message is to breathe in the divine. You are in God and God is in you. So I really hope that this reading has encouraged you to continue on your path, because obviously you're transmuting a lot of darkness and pain, and you're starting to really reap the benefits of seeing what that process is doing for you. And it's giving you the confidence to keep going. It's giving you the perspective that you need to really transmute anything that comes up into your life that has more of a negative impact on you. And you really are advancing. And I am very proud to be able to access your energy and to give you some encouragement as you go forth in your life. And I am grateful that you have engaged with this video, and I hope that it has helped you in some way. Thank you so much.